Hello everybody, my name is Hannah and thank you for coming to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about every single book I plan on reading in March. Okay, so if you have watched any of my videos before, you know this background is a little bit different. This entire wall that I'm sitting on is full of bookshelves. The reason we're centered here is because these two shelves have all of the 26 and 2026 books that I want to read. And so I thought it would be easier to just do it in front of these shelves instead of pulling those all off and putting them onto my book cart. So we're going to, these have the 26 and 26 books. They also have a couple of books that I know already wanting to read for March. And so we can go through those really quick. So first off, Iron Gold. This is the fourth book in the Red Rising saga. I plan on starting this, honestly, probably sometime this weekend. I'm buddy reading this series with my husband and we've been finished with the original Red Rising trilogy since early December. So we've taken a little bit of a break, but we are ready to jump back into the emotional damage. So we've got that. Have a plan to read Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb during the rest of the month that we're currently in, which is February. It is February 20th as of when I'm filming this, so I still have about a week. So I put the next two books, which are Royal Assassin and Assassin's Quest, up there to continue with the Farseer trilogy. These are all 26 and 26 books. These three down and over here are 26 and 26 books. And then these are some extras that I pulled just as like ones that I might be interested in. So I know that I'll be reading Dragonfly and Amber because this is for an Outlander book club that I'm doing with a couple of friends. This is just the next in the Love Light Farms series. I read Love Light Farms in, I want to say November, and I just want to keep reading. One of my goals for the year is to read my Aardvark book picks, and so that's what The Night Ship is. This is In the Veins of the Drowning by Kaylee Cassidy, which I have heard excellent things about, and this is an Allurial book pick. One of my other goals is to read more books from the subscription boxes that I get. These four up here, this is Rings of Fate, Seven Deadly Thorns, The Rebel and the Rose, and The Everlasting. All four of these are books that I want to buddy read with one of my best friends, Magali. Over here are also 26 and 26 books. Immortal Consequences, particularly, I am reading that don't tell, as one of my podcast's book club picks. So that one definitely needs to be on the TBR as well. Although I guess if I don't get to it, I could still read it in April. Before we started filming this video, I refreshed the TBR jar with a lot of prompts. I did not empty the TBR jar before doing this, so there may be some duplicates in there. I kind of keep one long running list and then just take off prompts that I feel like haven't been working and added some new ones in. I also crowdsourced some prompts from some followers, some friends that gave me good ideas. So I'm very excited about this. We're gonna pick 6 prompts, I think, and then I'll just line them up on the cart as we go. Oh, and I should have flipped this around to start because also on here I have the arcs that I still have left. I am preventing myself from requesting new arcs. I did read Beneath already in February, so I can take that off. I actually started Bloodbound. I don't think I've been calling that the right name. I think I've been calling it Bloodbringer. But I started Bloodbound. I'm 2% into it, so very far. And then Deathbringer, The Great Outdoors, and Return to Sender are the last remaining arcs on my TBR. So if those fit, I can pick one of those as well. But yeah, 6 prompts from the jar. I might have a couple of repeats for prompts that I've already done. So let's just see how this goes. All right, so for our first prompt, we have these two stuck together and we're going with this one. Read a book by an author you already love. That's nice. Okay, so obviously we could put Iron Gold on there. We could also put Dragonfly and Amber on there. Here, let's pull out ones that I could pick for this. We could also put The Rebel and the Rose on there because The Dagger and the Flame was one of my favorite reads of 2025. I'm gonna put this down. We also have an Emily Henry book on there and Caribou Stone, which I love, or Defy the Night. I think I'm gonna go with Iron Gold because I feel like it'll be harder to fit this one into other prompts. So we'll do that first. So for our first prompt, read a book by an author you already love. By an author you already love, we picked Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. I'm gonna put these two back on the shelf and we'll put Iron Gold down here. Ready for prompt number 2. Prompt number 2, read a book with 5 words in the title. Okay, so In the Veins of the Drowning, too many. The Rebel and the Rose, that's an option. The Unmaking of June Farrow is an option. The Ornithologist's Field Guide to, nope. Great Big Beautiful Life, nope. White Horse, Black Knight, The 10,000 Doors of January Too Long. Okay, so our only two books that fit this are The Unmaking of June Farrow and The Rebel and the Rose. Because I already know that I wanted to read The Rebel and the Rose, as this is one of my potential buddy reads, I think we're gonna stick with this one. So The Rebel and the Rose is our second pick for the prompt, read a book with 5 words in the title. Third pick, read a book with 1 word in the title. Clearly I didn't shuffle these enough. We've got Quicksilver and Deathbringer, I think, are the only two. Yes. So our options are Deathbringer and Quicksilver. I think we're gonna go with Deathbringer because I need to read that arc anyway. Book 3 is gonna be Deathbringer. That's our third pick. Fourth pick, choose something heartwarming for winter is what I was going for. I think In the Weeds would be heartwarming. Dragonfly and Amber could be heartwarming. Promise Me Sunshine could be heartwarming. The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love could be heartwarming. But I think we're gonna go with In the Weeds. I feel like I've wanted to read this for a while and we don't have any like just regular contemporary romances on there yet, so I think it's gonna be this guy. So our fourth pick for Choose Something Heartwarming is In the Weeds by B.K. Borison, which is book number 2 in the Love Life Arms series. Number 5, read a book with illustrations inside. I feel like most Fairy Loot Owl Crate special editions books are gonna have some kind of illustrations inside. So I'm gonna check The Everlasting and 7 Deadly Thorns for illustrations. Does this count as an illustration? I feel like it does. I'm not really seeing a lot of other illustrations, so we will count the end pages because I think we have to. This book is just such a vibe. Oh yeah, illustrations for days. This reminds me of Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones, but I think that's because I'm thinking about Game of Thrones a lot. Oh, what is going on here? Okay, so the end pages obviously have illustrations. It's also signed by Alex E. Harrow in this snazzy pen. Oh, I feel like, I mean, this isn't really illustrations. They look like telegrams kind of, but I think I saw an actual illustration. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, well, I feel like this beats 7 Deadly Thorns for sure in terms of like illustrated content. There was another one. Yeah, this one wins. Okay. So let's put 7 Deadly Thorns back. Our 5th book is Read a Book with Illustrations Inside, and we're going with The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. Just so everyone knows, this is the Owl Crate edition, not the regular one. One last pick. I think these printed out twice because I just got Read a Book with Illustrations Inside again. So let me fold that up a little better. Let's try this guy. Choose a book that was adapted into a movie or show. There are a few on here that I think are going to be adapted. Like The Nightingale, for example, has a adaptation coming up. I think Outlander is the only one that definitely has a TV show adaptation that's already happening. So I think it's gotta be Dragonfly and Amber. When I first read Outlander, the first book, it took me months. I was reading it very slowly. I was just physically reading it, and it is so long. For people who are like, oh, it's not that bad, it's like 600 pages. They are tiny words. It has about 30,000 more words than Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas does, just to give you an idea. Outlander's a long book, and these books just get longer. So I finished it. I was really excited, had some momentum, loved it, 5 stars. It was one of my favorite books of the year that year. It's still one of my all-time favorite books. I started this one and I just could not get into it. So I have the audio for this one. I think I'm gonna be more motivated and I'm excited to keep going because I have extra content from the book club that I'm doing this with. And I feel like it's just helping me get into the world better. So I'm very excited about this one. This is going to be our Choose a Book that was adapted into a movie or show. Our 6th and final pick. Let's put them all up on the top shelf here. So as a review, we did Iron Gold for a book by an author that you already love. We did this one, The Rebel and the Rose by Catherine Doyle, for a book that has 5 words in the title. We did Deathbringer for a book that only has 1 word in the title. We did In the Weeds for Choose a Heartwarming Story. We did The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow for Choose a Book with Illustrations Inside. And last but not least, choose a book with a film adaptation, and we picked Dragonfly in Amber by Diana Gabaldon, which is book 2 in the Outlander series. Those are our picks today. Thank you so much for coming, and I can't wait to see how our March reading month goes. Let me know any books that are on your TBR for March, or if you've read any of these, what your thoughts were. Yeah, just let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.